Hello viewers, welcome to May-June 2020 WAEC, also known as WASSCE, past questions and detailed solution, general mathematics, mathematics core paper 2 part 1. This part contains 5 questions, question 1 to 5, and you are expected to answer all questions in this part. Solution to 5 questions in one video. Question 1A. U is the set with the element this, and U is the universal set, and its subsets A, B, and C are defined as follows. A is a set with element S such that S is a multiple of 2. B is a set with element S such that S is a factor of 3. Is a multiple of 3. It's a multiple of 3. C is the set with element S such that S is a factor of 6. Find A complement, intersection B complement, intersection C complement. So you have the universal sets. Subset A contains multiple of 2. Now, multiples of 2 are all the numbers that 2 can divide without a remainder. All the number that 2 can divide. From the universal set, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The subset B is a multiple of 3. From the universal set, all the numbers that 3 can divide are the multiples of 3. You have 3, 6, 9. Then the subset C, the factor of 6. Factor of 6 are the numbers that can divide 6 without a remainder. Share the multiple, 2 can divide, but now number that can divide 6 without a remainder. From the universal set, you have 1, 2, 3, 6. Now let's get A complement. Now A complement are the element in the universal set but not present in set A. Let me take that again. A complement is the set with elements that are in the universal set but not in set A. So you have this element. B complement, the same thing, you have this element. C complement, the same thing, you have these elements. Therefore, A complement, intersection B complement, intersection C complement is the set that contains elements that are present in A complement, that are present in B complement, that are present in C complement. Such elements are 5 and 7. 5 and 7 is found in A complement. 5 and 7 is found in B complement. 5 and 7 is found in C complement. Question 1B. A pack of 5 discs costs $80. The retail price for one disc is $18.50. If a group of 5 persons paid for one pack, find the amount saved by each person. Now this is the idea. If the 5 persons are to buy one pack together, this one pay his own part, then you bring the money together, what they will pay or contribute to buy one pack that contain 5 discs is $80. But if they decide say no, I will buy for myself, at the end the cost of one is $18.50. 5 of them will have to pay $92.50. So the amount saved by 5 of them, if they buy it together, is the difference between this, and that is $12.50. The amount saved by one person is simply dividing the amount saved by 5 of them by 5. That is $12.50 divided by 5, and you have $2.50. Question 2a. Given that P is equal to bracket open arrow K over Q minus MS bracket close to the power of 2 over 3. Figure 1. Make Q the subject of the relation. Figure 2. Find correct to 2 decimal places the value of Q when P is equal to 3, M is equal to 15, S is equal to 0.2, K is equal to 4, and R is equal to 10. You have the given relation. What it means is that the way P is standing alone, you should make Q to stand in that position. First thing is to try and remove the power of 2 over 3. Now, don't you think that if you multiply 2 over 3 by 3 over 2, the power will disappear? Yes, it will. So, you have to multiply both the base number now by 3 over 2. The power of 3 over 2 to clear the power. So the power will be attached to P in this form and disappears from here, and you have this remaining. Now let's transfer this, because we are aiming at making Q the subject. If you transfer, you have it in this form, equal to arrow K over Q. To clear the fraction, multiply through by Q. You have it in this form, and divide both sides by the coefficient of Q, and you have Q equal to arrow K over P to the power of 3 over 2 plus MS. Now, if you factor out 2 from here, 1 is less, so you have 1 over 2. That means root. So you have square root of P to the power of 3, which you have in this form by further simplification. Roman figure 2, when P is equal to 3, M equal to 15, S equal to 0.2, K equal to 4, and R equal to 10, Q is equal to this. If you replace all the variables with what they stand for, you have this expression. 10 times 4 is 40. You check the square root of 3 to the power of 2. You have 5.1958. Now 15 times 0.2, you have 3. If you add the denominator, you have this, and when you divide to 2 decimal places, you have 4.88 as the value of Q. Question 2b. Given that S plus 2y over 5 is equal to S minus 2y, find S ratio y. So first, we try to simplify the given expression such that we have S over y, that is fraction, then we obtain the ratio. So first, Let us multiply through by 5 to clear fraction. You have it in this form. If you open the bracket, the right hand side, you have it in this form. Now for us to have s over y, let's keep the s on the left hand side and y the right hand side. So if you add, you have minus 4s equal to minus 12y. If you multiply through by minus 1, both sides becomes positive. For us to have s over y, you have to divide through by y and at the same time divide through by 4. So you have this result. If you simplify the right hand side, you have 3 over 4, 3 over 1, 3 over 1. Now you can express fraction in ratio and vice versa. So s over y also implies s ratio y, and 3 over 1 implies 3 ratio 1. Therefore, s ratio y is equal to 3 ratio 1. Petakus Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates from time to time. Like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates from time to time. Also share PSM videos. Question 3a. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle A, B, C, D, E. BC is equal to CD, and angle BCD equal to 108 degrees. Find angle CDE. That is the whole of this angle. BC is equal to CD. So if we decide to close this place, it means we have an isosceles triangle. For that, the base angles from here to this point, they are equal. Now if O is the center, it means that BE is a diameter. For that reason, this angle is 90 degrees. So all we just need is this angle. If you add both together, you have angle CDE. So we have angle CBD equal to angle CDB. Base angles of isosceles triangle. Let the two angles be equal to S. So if you add in triangle BCD, the three angles, the sum is 180 degrees. If you add S to S is 2S, you transfer this, it becomes negative, and if you subtract it from 180, you have 72 degrees. Divide through by 2, so S is 36 degrees. Angle BDE is 90 degrees. Therefore, angle CDE is equal to 36 degrees plus 90 degrees, and that is 126 degrees. That is the size of angle CDE. Question 3b. Given that tan S is equal to root 3, 0 degrees less than S less than equal to 90 degrees, evaluate cos S all squared minus sin S over sin S all squared plus cos S. Sine is defined as ratio of opposite to hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent to hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite to adjacent, meaning we need to get hypotenuse before we can evaluate that problem. From tangent is equal to root 3, which can be written as over 1 for us to have clearly opposite and adjacent. So let's have this right angle triangle. By this given range, S is an acute angle and the side facing S is opposite, the other side is adjacent. As the longest side, the side facing the rectangle is the hypotenuse. By Pythagoras theorem, you have a squared, longest side is equal to the sum of squares on the other two sides, that is root 3 squared plus 1 squared. So a squared is equal to 3 plus 1, that is 4. To get a, you check the roots of both sides, and a is equal to root 4, and that is 2. So a is 2. So let's get cos s. Cos s is adjacent over hypotenuse, that is 1 over 2. Let's get cos s all squared. If you square 1 over 2, you have 1 over 4. Let's get sin s opposite over hypotenuse, that is root 3 over 2. Let's get sin s all squared. If you square this result, you have 3 over 4. Let's compute the numerator. 1 over 4 minus root 3 over 2. The LCM is 4. If you simplify, you get this result. Let's get the denominator. Denominator is 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. The LCM is 4. If you simplify, you get 5 over 4. Now let's evaluate numerator over denominator. Because both sides are fractions, let's take this as the numerator. Let's use division sign in place of division line, and denominator is 5 over 4. Anytime you are dividing fractions, division sign always changes to multiplication, and the fraction at the right side of the sign is inverted. So you have 4 over 5. By the time 4 cancel 4, you are left with 1 minus 2 root 3 over 5. No further simplification is needed. Question 4. The total surface area of a cone of slant height L centimeters and base radius ROCM is 224 pi squared centimeters. If RO ratio L is 2:5, find A. Correct to 1 decimal place the value of RO. B. Correct to the nearest whole number the volume of the cone. Take pi equal to 22 over 7. Solution. Total surface area of a cone is equal to pi ROL plus pi RO square. The total surface area is given as 224 pi equal to pi ROL plus pi RO square. Can factor out pi ROL from the right hand side in this form, so that if you divide through by pi, because pi is common, you have 224 equal to RO bracket open L plus RO. Now you are asked to find radius. That means from this expression you need to express L in terms of RO, so that L can be replaced for you to find radius. So let's express the ratio in fractional form. you have it in this form. If you cross multiply, you have it in this form. To make L the subject, divide through by 2. So L is equal to 5r over 2. So let's come back to this place, what you have here, and let us replace L with 5r over 2. From the bracket, if you factor out arrow and multiply it by this arrow, you have arrow square. You are left with 5 over 2 plus 1. If you simplify, you get this. And when you add, you have 4 equal to 7 over 2 arrow squared. To clear the fraction, multiply through by 2 and divide both sides by 7 for you to have arrow square equal to this, and that is 64. To get arrow, you take the square root of both sides, so arrow is equal to square root of 64, and that is 8 centimeters. Next is to find the volume of the cone. So B part, volume of the cone, this is the formula, 1 over 3 pi arrow squared h. The height is needed. Now in a right circular cone, you have the square of the slant height is equal to square of the height plus arrow square. So if you make height the subject, you have it in this form. Already we know arrow, so now let's get L. L is expressed as 5r over 2. That is 5 over 2 times arrow 8, and that is 20 cm. So let's get h. H square, we are back here, is equal to 20 for L, you square it, minus 8 for arrow, you square it, and that is 400 minus 64, and you have 336. To get h, you take the square root of both sides, so h is equal to square root of 336, and that is 18.33 cm. Back to the volume, and you have 1 over 3 times pi 22 over 7 times arrow square, that is 8 square times the height 18.33. If you simplify, you have 22 over 7 by multiplying these two fractions. 8 square is 64 times height. If you multiply the numerator, you have it in this form, and when you divide, you have this result. To the nearest whole number, we are to consider 1228. The next number 9 is more than 5. You round it up to 1 and you add it to 8. So the volume is 1229 cube centimeters. Petakus simplified maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates from time to time. Like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. Question 5. A die was rolled a number of times. The outcomes are as shown in the table. You have number 1 to 6. Of course, you know a die has 6 sides. Now the outcomes: 1 occurred or appeared 32 times, 2 is m times, 3 is 25 times, 4 is 40 times, 5 is 28 times, 6 is 45 times. If the probability of obtaining 2 is Find the A part of it, value of M. B part, number of times the die was rolled. C part, probability of obtaining an even number. This question is from experimental probability, and as such we are interested in the frequency of each outcome or number as the case may be. So you have A, probability of obtaining 2 is equal to frequency of 2. How many times 2 occurred over the sum of frequencies. From the table, 2 occurred m times. The sum of frequencies, you have 32 plus m plus 25 plus 40 plus 28 plus 45. For 2, the probability is 0.15 equal to m over m. If you add the rest frequencies, you have 170. You can cross multiply to clear fraction, and you have m equal to 0.15 times m plus 170 bracket close. If you open the bracket, you have m equal to 0.15 m plus 25.5. Collect like terms, you move this term to the left, you have m minus 0.15 m equal to 25.5. If you subtract, you have 0.85 m equal to 25.5. To get m, divide both sides by 0.85 and m is equal to 30. Therefore means that the side 2 occurred 30 times in the experiment. B part, number of times the die was rolled. So we have to replace m with 30. So you add all the outcomes together and you have 200 times. In this experiment, the die was rolled 200 times. See part of the question, probability of obtaining even numbers, and that is frequency of even numbers over total frequencies. From the table, we have 3 even numbers, that is 2, 4, and 6. So you have frequency of 2 plus frequency of 4 plus frequency of 6 over total frequency. Frequency of 2 is 30. Frequency of 4 is 40. Frequency of 6 is 45 over total frequency 200. When you add, you have 115 over 200, and when you reduce by 5, you have 23 over 40 as the probability of obtaining even numbers. To end this paper, there is every need for you to be saved. For you to be saved, you simply give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ and confess Him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, congratulations, live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, study your books, do the needful at all times, flee every appearance of evil, don't defraud others to make money, use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.